It was me. I did it. I killed Sayaka Maizono, aka Sarah Melody, in Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, Chapter 1. Hello, everybody. Hi, Tucky. Hi, Emissary. Hi, not Super Mario. Hi, Sam. Hi, Maddie. Hi, Josh. Hi, Ash. Hi, Fanta. Hi, Roxy. That's right. Adachi, not from Persona. The famous vocal synth. This is the truth. That's a crazy statement to say, Maddie. That came out crazy sounding. With, you know, having the context, I know what you mean by that. But having no context, that sounds crazy. The summoning ritual has begun. You know, I'm really glad that we're in the class trial where everything is voiced pretty much, because I'm a sleepy little guy today. I'm a sleepy little guy. I've been watching a lot of anime, and by a lot of anime I mean I watched like 8 episodes in like 2 days, which to me is a lot considering I checked. I do a really good job at keeping my anime list up to date, and I haven't watched a single crumb of anime last year, so you know, I'm back. I mean, I guess it depends if you consider. Oh my god, what was the movie? K-pop Demon Hunters. Does that count as an anime? I don't count it as an anime. So, I didn't watch any anime last year. Fanta just woke up. Dude, I tried to take a nap. I didn't get any nap time in. They ran out of crutches? Man, they should have gave you a peg leg. I mean, I guess like when you think about it, I guess like they could run out of crutches, but it's like, really? You don't got none? You got nothing for me? I've been told to watch the Goodbye Despair musical. I watched like 5 minutes of it, and I was like, I'm tired, I'm gonna go to bed. And then I went to bed. I'll peep it right now. Mini baseball bat. I think Leon Kuwata would really like it. My favorite character, Leon Kuwata. Leon Catcher from Danganronpa. Hello. Dude, I wish I got my nap in. I tried just to get like a 30-minute nap in from like 5:30 to 6. Didn't work. You know, I think I probably should have just tried to nap sooner. I think it's fun. I like it. Little baseball bat. Yeah, Leon had gotten off the easiest as far as being turned American. I don't think I've ever watched like a musical though. I don't think it appeals to me. I don't think I'm a musical kind of guy. But it's cool though. I was looking at Tetro because I know a lot of people here like Tetro, and then I looked and I'm like, huh. 40 hours. I don't know if I got 40 hours of paying attention to this fan game in me. But I did a little research on that. And you know what else you know what else I had done a little bit of research on is I was looking at Terror's wiki page because I was writing well, I'm basically always on the wiki. I was looking at Terror's wiki page, and you can tell whoever wrote that wiki page, they do not like Teru. They are not a non-biased party. I think they tried to like come off as non-biased, but it didn't work. Like immediately in the personality tab, they're immediately talking about Teru's wrongs. You know, usually you start off by talking about like the positive aspects, so then you can kind of dig into it later, like be like, oh yeah, you know, he's kind of a predator. You know, you kind of sugarcoat that in later. But they're just like, nah, this guy sucks. He drugged Hajime at the end of his free time events. He's a pervert. Sometimes he can be okay though. And it's like, okay, so clearly you don't like this character, whoever wrote this article. It was kind of funny. What save are we even at? What slot was it? This one? I think it's this one. I think. They got an audience member to play Teru in the play. There's no way that just like a random audience member would be. They had to have like. He had to have been an actor beforehand, and they planted him in the crowd. Surely. I can't imagine that just random Joe Schmo could pull it off. But maybe they can. You read a poem? Let us hear your poem. You're late, Makoto. We've all been waiting for you. They've been waiting here for a week. They've been standing here for 7 days. Sorry, Keith. I bet you were afraid you would be discovered as the murderer you are.
Listen to me.
Let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Save that for the class trial. There, we can all reveal the details of Makoto's crime. Or Big Mac's crime. So they really are convinced I did it, but I didn't do it. It wasn't me. Me and Sarah both know that all too well. Well, what is she gonna vouch for you? She's slumped over, bro. She can't vouch for you. But then, who is the killer? Who did do it after all? The one who murdered Sarah. Is it really one of us?
Is everyone here? Okay then. Please board the elevator in front of you, which will transport you to the courtroom, where all your fates will be decided. I'll meet you all down there. I'll be waiting.
I feel like I need to turn the voices up and the music down. Is that something I can do? And then... Hold on. Okay, maybe that's probably better. Alright, hold on. Let me read this. It shouldn't be taking you this long. It's like you're as dumb as a rock. Whenever you get the answer wrong, it really shouldn't be a shock. Are you even paying attention? It doesn't seem like you are. You're gonna make the wrong apprehension at the rate you've been going so far. I'm surprised you know how many sides are present on a hexagon. Go back to elementary, play in the slides, and go color a picture with your crayons. What happened to make you wanna write that? What did they do? Mr. Hamburger, how you doing, man? How are you feeling about this situation? Damn, we really gotta go through with this class trial thing, huh?
You know?
If you want to confess, I guess now's the time to do it. I'm telling you, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. Some YouTuber was really bad at the game. Well, I better be good at every game I play. Although, I don't know if I told you guys, but someone commented on the VOD of my white knuckle playthrough, my stream, and he's like, bro, you like at the very end you like skipped the super artifact that makes you super strong. You dropped the data disk that lets you save. You didn't get any upgrades. It felt like you were just rage baiting this whole time. And I'm like, no, I really didn't know at the time. I know now, but it's funny because I had no idea at the time. They weren't like, I don't think they were actually mad about it, but maybe they were like, oh my god, if only I could have just backseated him at the time and told him, like, you have the tools, just don't, you know, you could do it if you just had a little bit of guidance. It's pretty funny. Hi, Salt. How's it going? I'm stealing Greeger's bit. How is... What the hell did I call her? Selena? How you doing, Selena? Celine? Well, did you find anything that might actually prove your innocence? No. Alright, Keith. What's up? Relax. I haven't decided 100% that you're the culprit just yet. Maybe, but you're obviously leaning that way. Can we just go, bro?
Well then.
Let us begin.
Yes, indeed.
Good idea.
Hey,
I forget what voice I gave Kylie Kennedy. You gotta keep an eye out for Selena. No, scared isn't right. I'm not scared. As my pants slowly become more sopping wet. I'm not scared.
Makoto.
I said it before, but it's up to you to uncover the mysteries surrounding this case yourself. If you don't, you'll never come to grips with the truth. I need to uncover the truth of Sayaka's death. I need someone else to tell me to do that. In Sarah's honor, I swear I'll find out who the real killer is. As I raise my voice to try and give myself courage, I turned, trembling with anticipation toward the elevator. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Everyone else was already on the elevator when I finally stepped on. The doors closed and the elevator started to move. Okie dokie, see you later, Ash. Bro, I don't know why they're making you play PE. Surely, like, they don't gotta be doing all that. But gym teachers are always on some shit though. You know, every gym teacher, I feel like there's everyone has some sort of gym teacher story. Like they're just not normal. My gym teacher ended up dating one of his students, and I'm like, that can't be right. That's gotta be like, maybe technically it's not legal or illegal, but it should be. I'm like, if you at some point taught that student and then you guys got together, like that has to be grooming. You have to be a groomer. Like that's just the definition of it, is it not? Like, I don't know, bro. The cutting on some of these sprites is wild. Yeah, dude, I'm looking at the fucking the elevator shaft. I'll point it out. I can't stop looking at how it's cut out here, but not here. You know, you can see like the white outlines of like when it's like they use the cutting tool on like Photoshop. Yeah, the class trial chambers. It's really deep down there. That's what I'm saying, though. I think Big Mac did it. It was me. I did it. I killed Sarah Melody. The steel box descended with heavy clunking sounds toward the school's basement. Wonder if this is how a death row inmate feels when his time finally comes. He says out loud, and then everyone looks at him. They're like, it's not a good... That's not a good, like... That feels like an admission of guilt.
Oh.
Rather than that, is it not more like a defendant waiting to receive his judgment? Oblivious to our shared anxiety, the elevator lowered us further and further into the bowels of the school. The bowels? Sure, Big Mac. He really is about to... He's already pissed his pants. He's thinking, I might shit my pants, too. Which I guess is fair. Because everyone thinks you did it. No, you finally arrived. What do you think? Doesn't it feel just like a real courtroom? No, it doesn't look like one at all. What are you talking about? Hi, Kirsty. This is truly Danganronpa. It's like a Hollywood movie set, right?
Shit.
Not even close. It's total shit.
Well, now.
He said, anyway. He said, okay, everyone find your assigned seats and sit down. Hurry up now, hurry up. We did what he said and found our seats. The seats were arranged in a giant circle. Dude. Imagine, like, you know, Toko canonically stinky character. If you get the seat next to Toko, that's just bad RNG. You know? That's just truly unfortunate. Oh. You know what's really cool about this CG here is I'm gonna sequence break. So, you know, we see Junko over here. You know, we see everybody's seats. But they do a really good job at hiding at making it low key by hiding it towards the close, like, edge of the screen, that this is the seat that is empty. They bring attention to it, I think, in this chapter, but, you know, they do a good job at kind of beating around the bush with that reveal that becomes relevant only much later on. Like, that's actually really, really cool. It's like a very subtle detail that they would do that. The seats were arranged in a giant circle. It was set up so that everyone could see everyone else, which also meant it'd be easy for anyone to transfer their tension and unease onto anyone else. The air seemed to grow heavy as we sat there. And so the curtain on our first case opened. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith. What's the riddle? You're just pulling shit out of your ass now, Big Mac. What's the riddle here? 11037, is that the riddle? Maybe, I guess. Kinda. A deadly glass trial. Sure, I'll save. Do I have any skills? Awesome thought. Sure, welcome to the squad. What else I got? Melodious voice? Welcome to the squad. Okay, that's it. Thank you, Sarah Melody, for giving me a melodious voice. Yeah, Junko was busy in Code Vein fighting all the whatever the lore of Code Vein even is. She's over in that game, so she couldn't make it here. Yeah, I got the wrong copy of the game, you know. I thought I got the English version of the game, but for some reason it keeps saying, you know, Kiyotaka Ishimaru. But I know that guy's name is Keith Eisenhower, so I don't really know what's up with that. It's kind of weird. Also, you say that we're not going to call her Markiplier. It's already been decided. You can't do it. You can't stop it. It's already in motion. It's already happening.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one...
You know who else is set in stone? Dio Brando.
Then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
Mm-hmm.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Of course.
I really like that delivery on the "of course."
Okay then.
For some reason,
Everyone
it just
close your
sounds.
eyes, and whoever did it, raise your hand.
It sounds like so untrustworthy.
Don't be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Whoever did it, raise their hand. Wait, what is? Hold on. What is? Oh, I only have this one. I'm raising my hand. It was me. I did it. I thought I had a hand raised, but I only have 2 different points. Yeah, I'm raising my finger. Person who killed Sarah says what? Huh? What? Shit! He got me! He owned me! He owned me! To whoever killed Sarah Melody, it says gullible on the ceiling. Huh. So it does.
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick? What's going on with
Oh,
those
hey Violet.
pictures?
How's it going?
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's
I was just being
barrier.
normal. Sorry.
Friendship penetrates.
I was just...
Okay, but what about that other empty seat?
Yeah, what about that
15 of
other
us
empty
to
seat?
begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, that about does it for the preamble. Get ready to get started. First up is the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin.
It's about to begin. The debate to decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about everything. Because this isn't just about me. Everyone's lives are on the line. Your first non-stop debate is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? I feel like they should have absolutely be at the top and then not at all. Should be at the bottom, because I feel like it's easy to just click on the first option if you're like, oh yeah, I need to know. I don't know how to play this game. Wait, Violet, when was your birthday? Happy belated birthday if I missed it. What kind of cake did you get? It was yesterday? Happy birthday. How was your birthday? Wait, Super Mario, your birthday was yesterday too?
The one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono.
Yeah, we know that part already.
And the murder took place
Hell
in
yeah.
Makoto's room.
In the bathroom. So it seems most likely that Mom must have taken
Oh
her
shit.
by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to
Take
resist.
this. I deem a new hair on your bald head. Why? Why are they bald?
And the murder took place in Makoto's
What if
room.
that's like? What if that's like a?
In the bathroom.
What if you like jinx them?
So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her
Oh,
by
'cause they're
surprise while she
babies.
was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
No, that's wrong.
Can you spell the word bathroom?
Just a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked.
Yeah, each hair that you're on this
Things have
earth,
been damaged.
you get
I
one
think we
new
can
piece of hair.
definitely assume there
And
was a
because
story.
I have a full head of hair, that's because I'm here. I've been alive for 500 years. I could just let the game autoplay.
Between who and who?
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
Between Sayaka and me, of course. I mean, the killer, of course. I mean, fuck. Stupid, Makoto, stupid. Why would you say that? Stupid.
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom? She must have been attacked in the main room first. Then she ran to the bathroom to try and hide. The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
Okay, dickhead. Yeah, to put everyone else down.
Sorry.
Yeah, you made Chihiro feel bad. You piece of shit. Fuck you, Barry. How dare you?
So what's next?
Celeste sounds like Tato. I listened to my first well, I guess it's not my first Tato cover, but I was listening to Mesmerizer over the week. Now I'm like, you know what? Maybe the song is good. Maybe I do get the hype.
Next is the subject of the murder weapon.
Wow, this is starting to sound like a real
Wow.
trial.
Holy moly. This is like anime.
And then they just all ignored. He said, we need to determine what was used to kill Sayaka. I think it was the sword. Huh, why is sword not an option?
So what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object
Bah!
thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, that
Die!
So the killer used some random knife they had.
Nuh-uh, wasn't random. It was this one. And then I pull out my knife. And I point it at him.
No. I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
I mean, like, does it really matter? Well, I guess it does matter where they got the knife from. It's just like one of my Japanese animes.
Huh? A kitchen knife?
Will Stencil.
After the murder, we discovered that
Yeah,
one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
I stabbed Sarah Melody just like this. Ka-cha! Ka-cha! Just like that.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach.
He was like, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I didn't really think it really mattered that much. Considering we all, you know, I speak for all of us when I say that Big Mac did it and we all agree. Right, Kyoko? You agree, right? And then she just stares at you. It was a chocolate cake with some sort of paste. Calling it paste makes me think it's like Elmer's glue. Maybe it's like a custard or some sort of filling like that. My go-to, like my ideal birthday cake is I always get an ice cream cake. I think ice cream cake is the best kind of birthday cake. But we got my mom a carrot cake for her birthday, and it was pretty good. I was like, I don't think I really like carrot cake, and then I'd had some carrot cake, and I'm like, okay, actually, I'm kind of seeing the vision again.
And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us?
Yeah, Leon, he says, okay, and? He said, okay, and? You guys don't know shit. What do you guys actually know?
I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
True. This post was fact-checked by true American patriots.
That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need?
Hold on a second.
Wait! It wasn't me! I didn't do it!
Let's draw our conclusions after we've presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
True. Some game had slime enemies named Paste. They'll be turned into paste. I feel like that's what you use slime for in like Terraria. Yeah, ice cream cake for your last two birthdays, so you decided to switch it up. You know what? Fair enough. I might end up doing that for my birthday. This Leon character sure is talking. Yeah, I wonder what he knows.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
Like what 11037 could possibly mean. Was that maybe the password to her phone? And in her dying message, she wanted us to open up her iPhone? Maybe.
You really believe that?
She's like, no. She's right. There's got to be a breakthrough somewhere just waiting for us to find it. Because I know damn well I'm not the killer. Nah, I don't need to know anything about non-stop debates. I'm already an expert. Go into my iPhone and delete my browsing history.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder.
Bah!
But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right? He did it in secret when nobody was in.
Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. That's not true. Someone was in there.
Okay, wait. Hold on. I didn't take the knife from the kitchen.
Next, you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
Wait, let me think. 11037 would be... It would be March 10th, 1937. Interesting. Yeah, it just opens up to her notes app and it says Makoto did it.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
She said, what? I was spacing out this entire class trial. What do you want from me?
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
The wise tree says, flip it around. When you flip it around, then 11037 becomes 73011. So that's what, July 30th, 1973. Yeah, that's a little better for her. That's Mario Day. Yeah, that doesn't pertain to you because you're not Super Mario. Well, I went to get some tea from the kitchen last night, and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to watch my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
And then Toko be like, well, eyewitness testimonies are notoriously unreliable. I think the VA reveal was, yeah, I think it was early on the 10th, I think. Hi, Sean. How's it going?
You don't think so?
Oh, it's Barry over here that says eyewitness testimonies are notoriously unreliable.
No, he definitely wasn't there.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for turbo vouching for me.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall, but I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
Okay, then what about this?
Toko, you're my biggest op right now.
What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together and lying to protect each other?
I mean, you know, it's not a unreasonable thought.
Idiot swimmer girl? Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
I like how her hair gets spiky.
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
Why do you want to know, huh, Barry? What's it to ya? Are you scheming?
So you ask, and so I shall answer.
It's a good question, though. I can't lie.
Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
But what if they did work together and they just didn't know about the rule?
Ugh, good grief! Enough already! No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case!
Okay, you know, it never hurts to ask.
Oops, did I say that out loud?
Uh-oh, spoilers. Oh my god, we gotta ban this guy. We gotta ban Morbius.
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't
Anyway,
take the knife.
L plus ratio plus Yurabozo Toko Fukawa get owned.
So I'm not the killer.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife?
I forget. Is her name Allie? Is that what we called her? I think
Hina
her name's
seems the
Allie.
obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall.
This is one of my favorite Celeste sprites, where she's just like, "What did you just say?"
No way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that?
But can you spell the word knife?
I can.
That's right. Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
That's some real shit. I would drink tea with Aoi Asahina and Sakura Ogami. I would.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's...
What? What do you need to know?
Me.
Oh. You know, I guess it's actually like a really valid question because like you've only known each other for like 2 days at minimum, 2 days minimum. So it's kind of makes sense that, you know, he wouldn't know who everybody is yet.
Right. But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed...
It's honestly kind of a... It's kind of a nice touch. It's not anything that I think they ever do again. Everyone just remembers everybody the whole time. Yeah, Monaco was just like, oh shit. Well, okay, fine. It wasn't Makoto. I'll be honest, it wasn't Makoto.
Actually, no. Because, well...
What?
Just spit it out already.
Yeah. Spill the beans.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
Scandalous.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking. I just asked her to stay over.
Man, they were besties right off of the rip, huh?
Which means we have airtight alibis.
You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations?
Nuh-uh.
We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms, but it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room. So, I don't think that's a problem.
Because that's a truth nuke right there.
It is a problem. A boy and a girl spending the night together?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
It's unwholesome.
Keith, are you being... Are you perhaps misgendering Miss Sakura Ogami?
But I'm a girl.
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you fucked up, man. You fucked up. We gotta kill you now. Whoever we convicted the blackened, you're getting put in there as well. You're done.
But if it wasn't either of you, then what other possibility is there?
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
He's sorry. You know what? That is fair.
Oh, yeah, that's true. One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
And you just chose to omit this information?
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Well, because they're not here anymore.
Someone is not here? Are you talking about Sigma?
Sayaka. She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
Sarah? Okay, so the person who took the knife from the kitchen was... It's gotta be Monokuma.
I got it!
I got it!
Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual.
She was just like... She was like, "Hey guys, just passing through." Oh, the behind. Why am I walking like this? Why am I shuffling from side to side? Don't worry about it. Do I? No, I don't. I don't have anything behind my back. Okay, bye. Talk to you later. Bye.
When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen.
Girl was hungry.
As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
She wanted a drink
the victim herself.
of murder.
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it? In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
Yeah, you know, this conversation isn't... This isn't getting my alibi anywhere, you know? It's not really helping my case, I can't lie.
What?
See? He did do it after all.
No, you're wrong.
No. Nuh-uh. Wasn't me. I didn't do it.
So, that's how you would twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction? You possess a most terrifying talent.
It's me, the ultimate liar. He gets hella woke later on. You know what's funny is Ishimaru, he only has a problem with a guy and a girl sleeping together in the same room. As if like lesbians don't exist. You know, you don't know. He was raised in a Christian household. He doesn't believe in same-sex marriage until he goes to the sauna and gets a little water splashed on him. He gets rebaptized. He gets baptized in Yaoi. Don't they understand? If they convict me, everyone's gonna die.
Hold on. It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer.
True. What if he does? He only believes in same-sex relationships, and he doesn't believe in heterosexual relationships. So that's why he didn't like the idea of a guy and a girl sleeping together. Maybe he's so woke that he's like evil woke.
Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
11037 is the number of copies his work sold. Imagine, like, in her dying message, she's like, how can I convey who the killer is in the shortest amount of time? I got it. I'm gonna write how many copies of his fanfics were sold.
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
What the hell does bewildering even mean? I can only read at a 5th grade level.
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there.
Are you gonna be talking about the hair?
You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
She said, huh, everybody knows there should be hair there. It's obvious to everybody. Something should have been in the scene, but wasn't. That must be the crucial point. If we can just figure out what that something is. I don't know, guys. Am I in like baby mode? If I am, I guess I don't really care. I don't really care if I'm on baby mode or not.
Now I understand. That's right.
But can you spell the word hair? Leon gets what? He gets executed? No, he's my favorite guy. I love the way that he hits the ball really good. And I like the way that he he just has so many redeeming qualities. I don't really know where to start, you know? I don't even know where to start with. Yeah. We did the fucking Dangan Wordle. Okay, it happens at the end of the game. Maybe he's a mastermind.
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there.
Trying to think. Does that even make any sense? No, it doesn't.
That makes sense, does it not?
No, no. Celeste. You're not thinking. I mean, you're thinking, but it's... you know, Sayaka's dead.
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
Yes, very true, very true.
So true, bestie.
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
I don't know, Leon. Why? Why isn't there? You tell me.
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Imagine he used the lint roller and then he just dropped it in Makoto's garbage can. And it really just was all for nothing. He spent all that time lint rolling the room. Like by hand-sized lint roller across the floor. Dude, like that must be the most annoying thing ever. Because just trying to like lint roll your clothes is obnoxious enough. Trying to do that for the fucking whole room would be so annoying. That would take so much time. He got free cleaning service. Although I guess they did fuck up everything else though. They did scratch up his bed, you know. They flipped over his table. They even ruined his precious golden katana souvenir that he got from his trip to the gym.
Wait, then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Then Makoto isn't the culprit?
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
I mean, maybe not solely on it, but I think it's pretty important.
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
She looks so smug. I like the smug sprite. But I'll be normal about it. It is true. Leon and Nekomaru do have a history.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene? Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
She's like, why are you being so vague right now?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
Yeah, they fucked my door up. They fucked the whole thing up. The killer struggled getting into the bathroom, and the evidence that proves it is... I guess it's the doorknob. I got it!
Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken.
Deciphering, did you even go in there at all? Did you do anything this entire chapter? This entire game, in fact? Did you do anything? The answer might shock you. Or not. Maybe it won't shock you at all.
See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock,
I don't know, have I? Have I played Trigger Happy Havoc? I don't know.
This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
You still don't see? Okay then. Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
Sometimes you could really tell that this game was on the PSP. Kylie said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it at first, but is that the key point here? Nah, I don't need to know about them non-stop debates. I know how to play this game really good.
The incident took place in the
Bah!
Sayaka was first attacked in the main room.
Facts.
She then fled into the back room.
Facts.
Then the killer ran after her.
True.
And they got into the bathroom.
They did. They did do that.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door. Because Sayaka had locked it.
Nuh-uh.
No.
She didn't do that.
The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked.
It was because the carpentry in my room sucked.
After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with locking bathrooms, right?
Glow stick needs to crack before it glows. Isn't that the truth? You know, that's why I say the best art comes from the most tortured artists. Because a glow stick needs a little crack before it glows.
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
That's why I've lived a life of harmony. Danganronpa V3 killing harmony. We gotta kill you. Shakespeare is trembling.
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yup, true as true can be. But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door.
Well, maybe actually I'm really lucky that my door sucks, because then that kind of absolves me of suspicion, because I would know, because I know how to open the door, but the killer didn't know how to open the door. So really, it's actually kind of lucky that my door sucks.
That's not lucky at all.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck.
I think so. If you want to get better at art, you have to endure more torture. That's just how it works. That's just how it works. It's a 1-to-1 completely binary process. That's why before stream I always waterboard myself every stream.
But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, But then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
She would rather do anything other than just tell you straight up why that's not the case. She's always got to lead into it and be like, because of this one simple trick, the killer couldn't get into the bathroom. And that simple trick is... Go ahead. Tell him, Big Mac. The killer was convinced the bathroom door was locked, so they didn't know that the door actually couldn't be locked. In other words, the important detail about the scene of the crime that they didn't know was the crime took place in my room.
I got it! The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable!
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Yeah, Hifumi? Yeah? This is some 2011 shit, 2012 shit. Yeah, I don't think Junko is really all that important. I don't think she's really relevant. You know, it is weird though that, you know, so many people cosplay Junko and Nagito and Kokichi. I wonder why that is. You know, it's really strange. I wonder why Junko has so many cosplays done of her. Surely it's not irrelevant. Surely it's because she's so irrelevant that she's beloved, right? That's how that works.
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
I apologize that I'm kind of sleepy today, but I'm pretty sleepy today. I'm doing my best though. She's the ultimate fashionista. Although, like, I don't think her fit goes that hard though. I mean, I think it's fine. But if we're talking like fashion, like I think Celeste kind of mogs Junko Enoshima as far as fashion goes. You know, the gothic Lolita is a very like specific type of fashion. But I would argue it's more fashionable than the world's shortest skirt and like a fucking t-shirt. This guy's into goth girls. And so what if I am? So what? Is it so wrong for me to acknowledge when somebody's got that shit on?
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door opened.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
Yeah. We can all get in line. I think I speak for everyone when I say that we're all into goth girls. I think originally I didn't much care for the drill hair that Celeste has, but I think it's fun. You know, it's super impractical. And I feel like I don't love how drills look in real life, like when people have to like cosplay it, because the level of like hairspray required to even like make that work, I feel like it always looks kind of off, because like you kind of have to like make it out of foam if you want to do like drills in real life, at least like to that size, you know. I feel like it's so impractical, but in anime I think it's fun because it can really, drills can really only exist in anime. Like, it's really hard to adapt drills into real life.
Definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why
Yeah,
it wasn't
I
opening.
would have never killed Sayaka, of course. So like, I would have never done that.
That is a definite possibility.
I wonder if Barry actually knows who done it. Or if he actually thinks Big Mac did it.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
So it's literally anybody but me.
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
Yeah, I'll be accepting your apology, Tara Frankfurt. That's what I've been trying to tell you, but you just ain't been listening.
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up. Quit without saving.
Why? Why did he say that? He said, okay, it's not Makoto, GG, go next. I don't care anymore. He's like, I just wanted to bully Makoto because I thought he did it. But now that I actually had to, like, critically think about who done it, now I don't want to do this anymore. Ifumi, my goat. Hi, Bradley. For some reason, your chats don't show. They show up on my screen, but they don't show up in the chat, like on the side. It's probably because you have triple X's in your name, in your username. So, it, you know, historically, triple X, that's like, you know, that's like an adult thing. Like, that's, yeah. So maybe that's why it doesn't show up on the screen or in the chat.
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
I'm talking to Birdly baby of the 420. I can read them when they pop up on the screen, but I think they're shadow banned because of their username. So it never it like automatically filters it because they're like, oh, triple X, that's like a porn bot or something like that. I know, like, only kind of recently they made a, I mean, this was like probably like 6 months ago at this point, but they changed it so that like it only shows people's usernames, not like their display names. Like they changed it like that. But I don't know, YouTube's so harsh about their filter. It filters anything that they think is even remotely suggestive, even if it isn't. It's kind of excessive. District 10 male did it. Yeah, maybe Keith did do it, because he was going pretty hard on me, you know? He was really trying to say, oh, Big Mac did it. Definitely Big Mac did it. So, maybe he did it. He was just trying to deflect. There is also 420 in the username, but I don't know. I feel like that one is probably not shadow banned, but what do I know?
Well, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules.
Yeah, Keith would want to vote right now. You know, when nobody knows anything. He's like, guys, let's just vote right now.
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Leon didn't take the bait. He's a genius. It was actually this is actually a 500 IQ play by Keith. He's like, guys, we should just vote right now. And then anybody that says yes, I agree, we should vote right now, he'd be like, see, that guy wants to get out right now. He agrees with me. That's because he's the culprit. Get his ass. It's social engineering. Okay, well, if you typed triple X in the chat, I don't see it on my side, but it showed up on the stream. 69 is safe. 420 is safe. It shows things in the chat, but it shows it on the screen, even if it gets filtered by YouTube. It shows everything in the chat. But when you typed XXX in chat, I didn't see it. It only shows up on the screen. It doesn't show up on the side. So that's what it is.
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
For realsies.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Okay, go ahead, hit us with it.
Oh, you.
Sorry if that was really loud. I didn't realize that Selena really looked down on Allie like that.
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
That's a really good question.
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
I mean, maybe. It's possible. Is it likely? I don't know.
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Yeah, but what if we're in here with the lock-picking lawyer? What if you put all the noodles on a wheel and then you just random pick one?
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Ms. Maizono just let him in.
Getting closer.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place.
You know, Hifumi's a little funnier than I recall him being. Maybe you're not so bad, Hifumi.
Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
Look at his big ass finger. Look at his big ass hand. That's bigger than Terra's entire torso. His whole hand is bigger than her whole body, her whole head. Big ass hand, big ass finger. Because she asked me to do something in particular because of how frightened she was. That's the answer right there. There's no way Sayaka let someone in because this one probably.
I got it! Because Sayaka was already scared, remember?
What's up, Melon?
That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
I don't know if anyone... You say remember as if anyone else was there on that one-on-one conversation that you had with Sarah Melody. Same goes for you, Sarah. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone.
Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching?
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
You live. You're no longer shadow banned. You've escaped jail. Are all the worst people named Jeffrey? Is Jeffrey... What about Jeffree Star? Are they problematic or are they good? What's the vibe on Jeffree Star? I don't actually know anything about them. I just know of their existence. I am well acquainted with Jeffrey 09. I do give Hifumi the Jeffrey class of 09 voice. That is my specialty. I thought Jeffree Star was like in the sphere of like, I don't even know. Like, doesn't Jeffree Star have like their own makeup stuff? Like they're kind of like a makeup, like beauty sort of, I don't know, guru. I don't know how you refer to them. Let me look. A makeup artist. I don't know the vibe on them though. I don't know much about them. I just kind of know of their existence.
What if her being scared was a lie?
No. Impossible. She would never tell a lie.
Huh?
We were gonna be best friends forever and we were gonna get out.
What the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
There's something I want to talk to you about. Just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil.
No way. Yo, I remember us being taught about that in school. That you can kind of like... that you can see what somebody wrote based on like a lightly shading it in with like a pencil or whatever.
And these are the words that appeared.
No. The killer must have wrote that. My waifu would never have wrote that in her whole life.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
Okay, so Allie's saying that she didn't do it. Okay.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
But what if you implanted that evidence? What if you actually wrote that and then you just said that you found it in my room? And actually you were the one who wrote it and killed Sarah Melody.
Huh? Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
I have seen Danganronpa really fast. Salt is living in the past. Hey, Monokuma, is fabricating evidence, is that like legal or like, you know, can you do that? And he'd be like, I don't care. Sure bro, do it. Sounds funny.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No. And then I start sweating profusely.
No, I didn't. But...
Of course you didn't. Because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
Then that note... Sarah wrote it?
But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone.
So she used my room for her late night booty call. You motherfucker.
She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
What about you, Hifumi? Henry? What about you, Henry? If you got a note from Sarah Melody, would you show up to the late night booty call? You were talking all that big game about 2D is so much better than 3D. I hate 3D. The only thing that 3D is good for is interacting with 2D. So like, how would you react in this situation, huh?
Of course, I'm only into 2D,
Oh, okay.
so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
That's right. You know what? You stand on business. I respect that.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Why would they not be involved? Do tell, Celine.
Huh? What makes you say that? Would you like to hear what I have to say?
Yeah.
Very well then. Pay attention. Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in.
No, wait. No, that was it.
If someone did read the note and did what it said, they would not have any connection to what happened.
It certainly would seem that way.
Sayaka and Makoto, but in the note,
The place they were asked
to come to, it specifically says,
I see. So if someone, then they would have gone to...
Exactly. The room that Makoto was...
Die.
No, that's wrong. The nameplates on Mai and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves.
What?
As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name.
No way.
And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
So we actually thought it was this way, but then it got flipped around. Yo, Hiro, are you following this? And he's like, nah, man, I've been clocked out this whole time. Just tell me who to vote for in the end, and then I'll just do it.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem. And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
No. I scratch his face nervously. No, I didn't do it.
Right?
Okay, then who did it?
Sulk can time travel to the future. Yeah, that's what I was saying. You can just press the live button and then you can time travel back. You don't have to live in the past. Leon's like, so like, it's like that? I didn't even know. I got trolled. I mean, it's not relevant to me at all. There's only one person who could have switched the nameplates. The only other person who knew we had switched rooms. Sarah Melody.
Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
You can also infer as much from her note.
What if, as an epic troll, somebody just switched everybody's nameplates as a hilarious prank? What if, I mean, you could just do that if you wanted. There's nothing stopping you. There's something I want to talk to you about. Just us two. In 5 minutes. Come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
What if she was just being very careful? What about that? Maddie gets blast off third ignition. Because Maddie's always going to space, so she's gotta have a space themed execution. Luckily, that already exists, so we can use blast off as a base for that.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
It'd be funny.
To understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her.
Well, I don't know about that, Keith.
We figured it out. We know who did it. Whoever she invited over is the culprit.
Okay, well that's true. That is true.
We still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot.
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yeah, your execution would be like Sonic.exe, where evil Sonic is chasing you and then he's slowly creeping up on you no matter how fast you run. He always chases up to you.
Yes, I think you're right.
Why does she look so, like, pale here? She looks even more pale than usual. And that's right.
We just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
Man, this game is on the PSP. That's my heater going off.
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
That's awfully, like, to the point for them.
We know that's what broke her wrist.
That's like, usually they gotta beat around the bush for like 20 minutes to come to any conclusion like that. The reason I know Sayaka's wrist was broken with the fake sword is because when you look at her wrist, there's no doubt.
I got it! All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear.
Okay, maybe while I'm gonna refill on tea and get up and walk around to be more awake. So I'll take a short little break here while the heater's being loud. So I'll be right back. What if you asked Monokuma if you're allowed to lie during the class trial and he said no? He said lying is wrong and bad and you shouldn't do it. So you can't lie. And then they just go in a circle and they say, Keith, did you do it? And he says, no. Tara, did you do it? No. Allie, did you do it? No, I didn't do it. Leon, did you do it? Yeah, I did it. I did it. I'm gonna... You know, you got me. I did it. Like, I think maybe that would work. Thank you. Man, this is bullshit. Why can't we lie? And then Monokuma goes, well, I was lying. I was lying about that rule. I was lying when I said that you couldn't lie. And then Leon sucker punches Monokuma square in the mouth. Speeds into the future. This is the plot of Back to the Future. I gotta send you, Emissary, remind me to send you this Wesker video that I saw on Twitter. You might have already saw it. It was popping like a week ago. About a week ago. But if you haven't seen it, remind me to send it to you, because I think you would get a kick out of it. I don't know why I feel like you would get a kick out of it, but I just feel like you would. Also, thank you guys for the classic ad read. For more Danganronpa content, make sure to ring that bell, like and subscribe for more streams like this. I do think the Danganronpa streams are only going to get more interesting. I'm excited. I'm excited for them.
Right there where her wrist is all swollen. There's something glittery there. See?
Is that gold?
No, that's blood. Well, I mean, it's both, actually.
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword, right there on her wrist!
She got chopped right in the sword. God. That is... The gold is... You know, if the money's calling, Greedger picks up the phone. If there's gold, Greedger's there. That's their gold. Isn't that like the best way to wake up? I can't think of a better way to wake up than to the sound of my voice. Yup. Mm-hmm.
I see.
And then you get to hear Hifumi immediately after.
Closer.
All right, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
What happened in my room? And what led to Sayaka's death? That's what we need to make clear. Man, shut up, announcer guy. Green text guy. Don't care. Holy shit, there's so many options. What the hell, bro?
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword. And that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
A sword-based sneak attack?
That's what broke Miss Maizono's wrist.
I think for short you could call that SBSA.
She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away.
But then the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
And that's exactly what happened.
Makes sense to me.
The person with the sword really did attack first. There's no explanation for how a certain piece of the sword got damaged.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
Bah!
No, that's wrong.
You thought you were onto something. You formed your first thought, hamburger helper,
Actually, no. I don't think.
and
the
we
fight
had to blow
started
your
with the
spot
sword,
up.
Why not?
because the sword sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
I can't lie, I don't see the gash at all in this image.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Stop jumping ahead. Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
You know what? I respect Mondo. I respect Mason Orlando. He's kind of aware that he's dumb. That he's like a little dumb, but he's like, still, I want to understand though. I can't hate on that, you know? Love him or hate him. He wants to understand what's going
If
on.
the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath. If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse. In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
Terrence is good because we get to inherit the TER, and it's got a good length to it. He could be a Terrence. The problem is though, we gotta remember that in like 6 months from now. That's gonna be the hard part, is remembering that when we play Goodbye Despair.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
I think I get it. So here's how it all played out.
Kevin Cola.
The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden.
His last name definitely has to be Cola.
Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening.
What if I just let the game autoplay,
So she grabbed the sword
and then
to
I
defend
just
herself,
only
but
pay
then the
attention
culprit
to it
took back
sometimes
her
when it
too.
forces me to?
Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
What? How the hell can you not think that?
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
What, her hands? Part of her body that shows she never used the sword. If you wanted to use the sword, which part of your body would you have to touch it with? Her stomach.
I got it! You're talking about her palms, right?
Her knees were
The
weak.
palms of her hands were
Her palms were
perfectly clean,
sweaty.
So I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at
But
her
what if,
palms?
the killer wiped
Like
her
I said
hands
before,
off?
The gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the
Sword in his
sword
belly
got
button.
some of it on their hands.
Does Zoro actually do that
There's really no
in
way
One
she
Piece?
could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
I don't know shit about One Piece.
Washed her hands
We
after
tried
she
doing the
escaped
One
into
Piece,
the
like the
bathroom.
One Piece dole or whatever. There was like 5 of us in a call. The same gang from the Slay the Spire stream, basically. We were trying to do the One Piece dole, and we're like, dude, I don't fucking know any of these characters. I've never once watched any One Piece. and then we boot up guess the movie, and then Emissary just one-shots it. They just go, oh yeah, that's Spider-Man 3, and then it fucking was Spider-Man 3. We're like, okay, so apparently you just know every movie ever. I don't know when this happened, but apparently you just know ball like that.
Sorry, but
I respect that.
So.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
Yeah.
No, that's not it at all.
Just tell it how it is, Big Mac. You know, just call her ugly and get on with it. There's a certain regulation that talks about what happens to the bathrooms at nighttime. The water's off? Really? I don't even remember that.
I got it! According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower here yet.
Oh my.
You're no different. You smell like a big fat ugly donkey.
Okay, so is the basis of Toko Fukawa being stinky because she hasn't showered? I mean, they've only stayed here for what, 1 to 2 nights? I mean, I shower every night, but like that's not that bad. I guess it's just like, I feel like, I don't know. In the sleep dimension. Yeah, I'm like, I guess she could shower. She could continue to not shower from this point on. But I think if it was just like, if she showered tonight, I'd be like, okay, you know, it's not, you don't have the best hygiene, but you're not that bad.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
An insult, obviously.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means...
Man, we gotta dunk Toko in the pool. I wonder, in the picture that they get at the very end of the game, where they're all just like chilling by the pool, I think like in that picture Junko's face is obscured by like she's getting splashed with water or something like that. I don't remember if Toko's in the pool in that one or not. Probably not, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Yeah, Leon's over there just like trying to stay chill as Kyoko's slowly just like exposing all of his scheme. And then he's just like, guys, shut the fuck up and stop being stupid. Like, please, I'm trying to fight for my life here, and you guys are shit posting in the fucking class trial room. Like, fuck you.
The killer is the only one who used the sword. But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheet with the kitchen knife was...
It had to be Sayaka.
I got it! Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
Why is this shocking? We've established this like 20 minutes ago. Big Mac, wake the fuck up, bro. Are you in the sleep realm? Where have you been? You're the one piloting the ship too. How do you not know this?
But we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked
I took him
first,
with me.
and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Then the one who attacked first was...
What?
Sayaka?
Sarah? No.
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own.
Wow, astute observation, Barry. What?
She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
I really do like this case. You know, I think as like an introductory case, it's a really interesting premise because you're like, oh, you know, this is my guy. You know, the cute childhood friend, you know, and then she gets flipped like twice in this whole event where it's like, oh yeah, she's my buddy, she's my partner, and then it gets flipped once when she dies, and then it gets flipped again when you find out that she was going to frame Makoto for her own murder. So I think it's really an interesting situation. Like, really, the killer is the least interesting part of this case because the evidence it makes it blatantly obvious just because of the translation, or maybe lack of translation on the numbers. But it's really an interesting situation.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct?
Listen, I'm gonna say something. I don't think I even need to.
Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms
I don't think I even need to say
was
anything.
so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
What? No, dude. But she was my ultimate assistant. That's not gonna help me at all.
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room where she was staying. And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto. But for that to work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a secret.
Although, like, when we think about it, it's kind of a Chungus idea, though. Because if Makoto is alive, then he knows who did it. You know, say she kills Leon, gets away with it. Makoto would be like, this is blatantly obvious that Sayaka did it. Like, incredibly obvious. Yeah, it immediately puts her in a he said, she said situation where Makoto does look worse in the situation, but she is already in a coin flip here. That's true, and Aoi saw her take the knife, so that would implicate her pretty heavily. Yeah, I think this idea is her plan, if it worked out the way that she wanted it to, would be zero IQ. I feel like that video already exists. I feel like somebody already made a video that's like, Chapter 1, Case 1 is actually a 0 IQ murder scheme. Sarah is... she's stupid? No. But I think what she was banking on was, you know, I don't think she knew anything about, you know, the class trial. Same with Leon. Leon didn't really know about the class trial. So I think as far as she understood, she just needed Makoto to take the fall for her so that she could get out, and she didn't think anything would happen to them. You know, she just thought all she needed to do was get away with it. They stay, she goes, Makoto would vouch for her because she's like, oh, you said you'd do anything to get me out of here? There it is. That's the one thing I need you to do. Nerd explains Danganronpa Case 1. That's his video. It is really... It's really fucked up how Monokuma blindsides them with the class trial. Although, having not known about the class trial, Leon sure did a lot of evidence hiding before the Sayaka died. It's just, I don't know, there's something in the air today. It's a sleepy day. What if this is what 2x2 is like? What if Teru killed Nagito? I mean, I low-key think that, like, I think Nagito is gonna die chapter 1. That's my crazy read. Or maybe he will be the murderer. But I think Nagito is gonna be chapter 1. That's my hypothesis. You know what I was thinking about? I was thinking about, what if 2x2 actually isn't, like, so the alternate scenario, what if it's not in the New World program at all? What if it's all actually on the real Jabberwock Island? What if, you know? What if they do that? Nagito main character. I wouldn't be mad at that. I really am interested to see what they're going to do with 2x2. It's very fascinating. I feel like chapter 1, they're gonna do something crazy with chapter 1. And I think killing Byakuya Togami chapter 1 would be, I mean, it's kind of like a been there, done that. So I think that makes him safe. So really, Hajime, Nagito, or Chiaki gotta go chapter 1. What if they decide the 2x2 plot by doing Danganronpa, but the wheel decides their fate? I think Lori was saying that's what they did for, like, Tetro Danganronpa Blue, and that everyone was pissed. So, I think that would, if that's any indicator, then I think people would be pissed about what happens. Yes, that is what they did. I am pissed. See? If Togami was the actual Togami, that would be fucking crazy. That would be batshit crazy. And I would be down for that. Yeah, Togami's in the program. The ultimate imposter is actually Chiaki. Because what happens is, so what it actually is they've already played, you know, this takes place after Danganronpa 2. But then as a hilarious joke, they go to the real life Jabberwock Island that the New World program was modeled off of. And then they play Danganronpa again, and they also get amnesia, because of course you gotta have amnesia to play Danganronpa. That's a prerequisite. So I don't know. There's just so many interesting things that they could do with Togami. but what they will do, or what they can do, or what they will do. That's the question. Could it be a prequel? I'm trying to think, like, how would that work? Well, I mean, I guess it doesn't have to be canon to the events of Goodbye Despair. You know, that is interesting. You know, what if it's like so at the end of Danganronpa 2, they get the option to graduate or repeat, right? Isn't that, I'm not confusing that with V3, right? They're like, okay, we can either repeat and everyone comes back to life, or we can choose to graduate and then like everyone's dead. So it's like, what if they hit repeat? And that's what's different. Although honestly, I don't know how much I would care for that being the case. I feel like that's basically the plot of 100 Line, where Takumi just hits repeat a million times. So I feel like that's kind of a been there, done that. She's not happy. She's not happy that we're sitting here. And neither is Leon. I don't know. There's just a lot of interesting things that they could do with 2x2. I hope that we're not disappointed with what we get. I feel like there's a lot of interesting things, but like they might play it kind of safe, and it might just be kind of samey. But I guess even if it's samey, I wouldn't be like mad at that. I feel like there's a lot of crazy shit you could choose to do. You know, you could do another fake out and it actually takes place in a whole different location, and that could be cool. But that would be a fuck ton of work, so I'd understand if they didn't do that. I agree. I think he will survive longer. I think he makes it to chapter 5 at least. I think he's going the full distance, but I think he dies chapter 5. That was my hard read on the situation.
If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched the names?
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky? For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
Henry Yam is being the voice of reason here. He's like, isn't that idea dog shit?
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior.
Cutthroat behavior? That's me just telling it how it is. I got crossed by a baddie. You guys gotta believe me. And they'd be like, yeah, he does seem like a sucker. He does seem like he's a stupid simp.
I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
He's like, wait. I'm a dumb chud?
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation.
I guess, yeah, if it comes out that he's an imposter while he's alive, they would probably suspect him of being the mastermind. But I don't think Tugami would be the mastermind. I can't really foresee a way that they could spin that based on what we know. But I do think the cast would suspect him. I think he would just be a red herring. More than anything. I feel like he's too obviously suspicious. He could also be the traitor. Was there a traitor in DR2? I'm like trying to think. I feel like the idea of a traitor really only existed in... Oh, yeah. I guess it is Chiaki. But, like, I don't know. Framing her as the traitor is, like, not... It doesn't feel right. And, like, Kibo, like, he's not really a traitor. He's just a... He's unknowingly a spy, though. It's, like, slightly different versions of, like, the same role. It went DR1, DR2, and then the DR3 anime, and then V3. That's the release, the timeline for releases. Yeah, it's like they were, all three of them were like postured as like the odd man out. But only Sakura was like the traitor. But even then, Sakura didn't betray him at all. She didn't do any traitorous activities the whole time. Listen, Reddit would kill me for saying it, but you don't need to watch the anime. I guess, you know what? Sakura did expose alter ego. She did do that. She did that. That was her. So you know what? She did do that. But also, it didn't matter. Dude, Reddit was trying to kill me for trying to say that Ultra Despair Girls doesn't matter. I'm like, why? Why are you trying to kill me? I'm right. I'm right. You don't need to play Ultra Despair Girls. You don't need to. The only three that matter are the games, the three mainline games. And if you like the three mainline games enough, you can go back. You can always go backwards and watch and play Ultra Despair Girls later. But like you just don't need it. But I got downvoted to hell and back for saying that. They did not like me saying that. And I'm like, you motherfuckers haven't played that game. Fuck you. Y'all are being performative right now on reddit.com. Suck my ass. Leon's still geeked. Really, I mean, Maddie is completely correct. The only like thing that really matters for UDG is Toko gets swaggy and she becomes like 20 times more likable. Not that she's like the most detestable in Trigger Happy Havoc, but she's kind of like, she kind of sucks in Trigger Happy Havoc and then she becomes kind of cooler. Actually, hot take, Toko was always swaggy. Listen, Genocide show was always swaggy. Toko Fukawa? Remember when she... Remember chapter 4? Remember chapter 4? Although, to be fair, you know, I forgive Yasuhiro for that. But I don't forgive Toko Fukawa for that. But like other things that I mean, UDG has some interesting things. I think Monica as a character is really interesting. Getting to actually see the world outside a location that isn't like Host Peak Academy, you get to actually see some of the world, and that's interesting. Like, it's interesting from like a world building perspective to see the state of the world. But other than that, as far as like contributing to the story, none of those characters are particularly relevant. Like, you get to see Nagito Komaeda, and he's not even like relevant in that game. Yeah, oh, it was genocide that smacked the fuck out of Sakura? It's okay. I support women's wrongs in that aspect. If genocide did it, then I forgive her.
A totally forgettable kid, or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
Wait, then you're saying she had this all planned out?
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn.
I think UDG is just like fine. I think UDG, it's morally correct to watch all cutscenes compilation and not bother play the game, because the moment-to-moment gameplay doesn't look fun. So I think that's morally correct to do. It's like the most like 5 out of 10 video game. But if you're fiending for more Danganronpa, then like go ahead. But otherwise, like, you know, the thing is, like, I think my comment was on a thread that was like, if I'm getting into Danganronpa, what order should I play the games in? And I was like, listen, just play the big 3 and then just come back to the rest later. Like, don't waste your time on mediocrity and then fall out of love with the series. Just play the best of the best, and then you can, if you're so enthralled with the series that you want more, then you can move on to mediocrity. Like, that's in the best interest of getting somebody to have the best experience possible with Danganronpa. That's my belief. Like, you know, if somebody was to go play UDG after Danganronpa 1, they might be like, this game's fucking boring. Like, it's not worth trudging through like 40 hours of a 5 out of 10 game to get to the next one. And then, like, that's it. But people don't like that I spoke the truth. Dude, Berlizzi's never gonna play V3. UDG ruined everything. We're never gonna get Berlizzi V3 playthrough. Dude, I would watch his playthrough at work all the fucking time. I fucking love Berlizzi's playthrough.
That must be when her wrist got broken. And she
I
was
won't make
forced to
Celeste
drop
wait
the
too
knife.
long.
The tables were suddenly turned on her.
I'll make someone
She
else
died
wait
at the
next time I
hands
feel
of
like
the one
yapping.
She planned to murder.
Just hold on. That can't be true.
Why can that not be true, bro?
Because
I believe in her.
Hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument. You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it. Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Oh shit. He's like, wait, you guys are talking about a game that hasn't even come out yet canonically. You guys gotta stop doing that. The viewers are getting bored.
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
She's being meta right now.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery.
Yeah, this game doesn't even deserve a custom thumbnail. It's an all-time classic. And it's funny because, like, I've been there. I've been there. That's like, that was low-key like the devolution of my 100-line thumbnails. Like, one of my titles is like, the thumbnails have long since become irrelevant to what's happening in the story. Like, that's like one of my 100-line titles, and I'm like, it's true. I just kind of was like, I don't fucking know at this point. Yeah, and get this trash off my computer. The worst hour of Danganronpa ever. The ice cream truck one, I like that one. Was it relevant to anything? No, but it was a good image that I made, so it was worth it. But yeah, UDG like chronologically taking place before DR2 and V3, like it's not relevant enough to like the Host Peak saga to even waste your time playing UDG before DR2. Like, just play Peak and then worry about the rest later.
If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
Is it really all over? Obviously, I'm committed to finding out who killed her, but what can I do? I mean, as far as clues go, there's nothing left. And then I open up my fucking truth bullets and I see, haven't used that. 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 Haven't used that, or that, or that, or that. But there's nothing left, though. We're completely stuck.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it.
Bang.
But there just aren't any more clues, right?
What about this?
No, that's wrong.
What about 11037? Bozo.
There still might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Dining? Wait, what did you say?
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember?
Dude, I don't think Monokuma would let them have Jetpack Joyride. He's playing Microsoft Pinball.
11037. Written in her own blood. There must be a clue about the killer hidden in there.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask.
Is the last 100-line stream, was it the multiple Itos one? That was my grand finale. I was pretty happy with that one. Yeah, I drew the thumbnail.
Can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
There's no question that Sarah wrote that message, and I can prove it. Oh yeah, look at her finger. Look at kid named Finger.
The left index finger had blood on it. That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Sure. I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But still...
But what could it mean? Kyoko's lived in America. She speaks English. Yeah, but she just wants to, like... She just wants to have a little ego trip and make everyone else figure it out.
What the heck do those numbers mean? 11037?
I don't know, dude. I just can't figure it out.
Hey, Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
And the red one from when they... dude, I don't know. Valid response. The best... You know, I snapped with a lot of 100-line thumbnails. But the best one is definitely during, like, the executions. When I gotta sneeze. Sneeze complete. But yeah, when I put myself, and I did a creepy little stare at the camera for like when you extract the blood or whatever from the invaders. That was probably the best thumbnail that I'd ever made. On the low, I think it came out the best. But I have a lot that I really like. I like the postcard one. I liked the one where I put myself in the hands of the invader and then I made myself big and then I grabbed the invader and it was like a reverse, like I reversed the thumbnail. I don't know. There's a lot of good thumbnails that came out of 100 line.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
This seems kind of early for them to just spell it all out, right?
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
Huh? What?
No, it's just... look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers. Don't these first two, 1, 1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
Ah, you're right. The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1, 1, but... Looking at it now, you could also read it as an N.
Whoa, you might have finally just said something worth a shit.
Why are you being mean to Cheerio, bro? Leave my boy alone.
Our little gray cells are really getting excited now.
What does this even mean? What are you talking about,
But
Henry?
even if that really is an N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
Oh, it makes 0 sense. 1, 1. Damn it, it's no use. I just don't know. I just can't figure it out.
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
Can you rotate an apple in your head? Rotate it? I think maybe I see something.
Oh my god. Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name.
Huh? You just shot past the clue part and right onto who did it.
So, whose name did she write?
Sarah's dying message reveals the real killer's name. If you turn her message 180 degrees, it should become crystal clear. I did it. I'm gonna be honest. It was me. Wrong. Stupid idiot.
Shoot.
Where even are you? There you are.
Here's my answer. The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 180 degrees. If you turn the message around, it becomes the letters L.
Holy.
N.
It feels weird seeing this, like, upside down, though. I've only seen 11037 so long that seeing, like, it upside down feels fucking cursed.
L-E-O-N. Or more accurately, Leon.
What? No. You got it wrong, stupid idiot.
What the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence.
Listen, she was obsessed with me. She was thinking, in her final moment, she was thinking about me because I'm such a stud, because I'm like so hot and handsome, and she just wanted me so bad. So I don't really see the connection here.
It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
That's not a compelling argument.
No, it's not random at all. She wrote that message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were.
Feels like I'm progressing a bit fast. It's okay. We'll eventually get to the point where we're progressing at a snail's pace. You know what it is? It's because I don't have to read everything out. That's what it is. it's such a help. It helps so much. It's so nice.
And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped. Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
I'm closing my. I'm trying to do it, like right now in my head. I'm gonna write Melvin. Hold on. Watch this shit. Window capture, paint. Check this shit out. What does this look like upside down? Hold on, we gotta get it in pink. What the heck is 111 A73W? Huh, I don't know what this means. But Waluigi did it. I don't know, it's a puzzling puzzle. A mysterious mystery. Yeah, the Mario franchise is completely irrelevant to me.
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me.
Yeah, 111 to the 73rd power. W speed. If a puzzle is puzzling, then what's a test?
I'm the killer? You can't just go and say shit like that.
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
No, I didn't do nothing.
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
The evidence that Leon tried to get rid of. It's the thing I found on the ground in front of the incinerator, right? It's your shirt.
I got it.
No, don't answer that one. No, don't answer that one.
Right?
As the killer stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them.
Well, if a test is testicle, then what is a quiz?
And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood.
Oh no, I said it! The stream has now been demonetized. The bomb has been armed. The orbital laser has honed in on your location.
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked. Isn't that right, Leon?
Yeah, idiot. You're stuttering. Get owned, get farmed, get frame mugged by the ASU frat leader.
But is one scrap of fabric enough to conclude that Leon is guilty?
Listen, we're like... Sandra, where were you like 5 minutes ago when we were talking about how she literally wrote out his name?
Yeah, I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button-up.
Hey, wait a second. You're wearing a white button-up underneath your green coat.
That's right. There are plenty of other people here with shirts like mine. With just that one little charred piece, there's no way you can say for sure who it belongs to.
You're right. That alone isn't enough. But there are some other points that may reveal the truth.
Dude, imagine how hot it would be to be Makoto. You're wearing a sweater and a jacket at the same time. You're about to be sweaty all day. At least if it's summer. If it's winter, you're still probably going to be a little sweaty.
Are you finally starting to understand? The answers to all the riddles are right here.
Yeah, I think so.
The burnt remains of the button-up shirt, which the killer wasn't able to get rid of. Something about it we need to pay attention to in order to figure out who's responsible. How it was disposed of.
I got it! If we look closely at how the shirt was disposed of, we should be able to figure out who the killer is.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say. You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right?
I always come back. Like Mr. FNAF. Mr. Five Nights at Freddy always comes back.
And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either. You need the key to get in, and the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty. So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash, right?
Interesting.
You dare oppose me, Henry of the Yams. You think you can go toe-to-toe with me? Huh?
Okie dokie. Good night, Maddie. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, it's a sleepy day today. No, that's wrong. There was another way to use the incinerator without being the one on cleaning duty. And that's exactly what proves that Leon is the real killer. I feel like if you have the idea to do like a Danganronpa fan game, that's like a rite of passage. That's like how you know that you're like... I feel like every Danganronpa fan goes through...
Cleaning duty must have had it, right?
So the only one who
goes
could
through
get to
that
the
like...
incinerator was the
that sort of
person in
phase.
charge of the trash?
Fuck. Fuck. I got it wrong. I'm washed.
The key to the
I'm not gonna get 20 billion mono coins.
Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
I just gotta be patient.
To get close to the incinerator.
Nuh-uh, nuh-uh, nuh-uh.
No,
Wrong. Stupid. Idiot.
Hold on. I think I know how someone could dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key.
But if you can't get past that, you couldn't possibly turn on the incinerator, could you?
Yes, you could. If you used this.
What is it, some kind of glass ball? It's busted to hell.
Actually, it was supposed to be a crystal ball, but,
But how would you use it?
Like a baseball. Killer had to use a glass ball in a certain way. You divine with it. You just think really hard.
I got it!
Just go.
The killer simply took aim at the incinerator switch and threw the ball through a gap.
Oh, simply. It's so simple. Just throw it like 20 feet down the hallway with perfect accuracy. It's so simple. I could do that, of course.
All they had to do was hit that switch, and the incinerator would come to life.
I think I had an idea for like an ultimate figure skater type of character. Oh wait, we basically didn't we made the ultimate skateboarder that looks, you know, no relation to real life characters and figures. Completely original idea and visual design. But we didn't make an ultimate ice skater. We did make an ultimate skater though. Is there an ultimate ice skater in Tetro? Lori is on vacation though. Roller skater. Ours was the ultimate skateboarder. That's the one that we made for our fan game that we're calling Slopkin Rampa. We like designed like 16 students like on stream, and we made a pixel art for them. Ultimate roller skater is a good idea though. I like that. It's like it's tough. Like what you'll think that you have like an original idea. I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna make the ultimate fisherman, and then it's like, nah, bro, someone already made the ultimate fisherman, and I'm like, fuck. It makes sense because it's a good idea, and everyone keeps coming to the same ideas. It's hard to like. I mean, there's no real sense in worrying about if someone's already done it before. If you have an idea and you're like passionate about writing them, then like just do it, you know. There's so many different fan games that it's not worth worrying about if someone's done it before. Cause I mean, there's 2 ultimate lucky students. You could double dip. You can quadruple dip if you want. There is probably no other ultimate herpetologist though. That is probably true. We might have the only one. And he's so peak that they wouldn't dare do it again. Arachnology? Would it be arachnologist? That's hard to say, but so is herpetologist.
Someone threw a gap in the gate?
Remember what you said before, Hifumi?
Huh? Somebody turned the incinerator on? Very strange. I'm quite certain it was off last time I was down here. Perhaps it was the work of a fairy.
He's like, I see. So a fairy did do it after all.
Turned on without his knowledge.
There is also 2 ultimate detectives. That's true. That's true.
Was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate. Once they'd gotten the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
Hey, come on! What the hell is this?
There's also 2 ultimate questions. Yeah, I imagine there's an ultimate lucky student literally every year.
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room. The shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire. If the killer had been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
Wait, no, just hold on.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has to be.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said 20 feet. It's 30 feet.
Right? The pinpoint accuracy you'd need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that small. Could someone really do that?
Oh, that's right. Hajime is also question. That's right. I was thinking about Tugami, and I was like, no. I was like, no, that doesn't apply to him. Ultimate courier. I mean, that's kind of cool. Ultimate delivery boy, basically. That's true. He is technically the ultimate survivor. And Kyoko technically is the ultimate detective. But I'm also counting him as the ultimate question.
That's right. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
Difficult, absolutely. Impossible? I don't think so. Because the killer
I wonder what the ultimate imposter's ultimate talent is. But then I was like, no, he's originally framed as Byakuya Togami, so his talent in that situation is the ultimate affluent progeny. That wouldn't have been much of a challenge at all for the ultimate fan fiction creator. He just fanfics. He writes in his fanfic that he can throw the ball 30 feet and then it comes true because that's his talent, is that everything he writes on paper becomes true.
I got it! Because the killer is the ultimate baseball star. Isn't that right, Leon?
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
A target 30 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
You can't be serious.
What if he just said, nah, bro, I'm like a pitcher, or not? I'm not a pitcher actually. Fuck, I misspoke. Fuck, it's over. I'm dead. I'm so dead. I meant to say I'm the ultimate batter, not the ultimate pitcher. Fuck, I sold.
I'm not the killer.
Ba 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 ba.
These goddamn shipper brains have got it all wrong. I'm telling you.
You still won't admit it?
Okay then, everybody jump him. Start kicking him.
Makoto, go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear. And with that, we can end this.
Let me be perfectly clear. Let me be fully transparent. Okay, I'm back. I'm done being clear.
Listen to me! What the hell do you mean end this?
We mean we're gonna kill you, like to death. Like we're gonna kill you.
Say what you want, Leon. But all the questions have been answered. And the truth has been revealed. Now here's what happened.
You know what's kind of interesting, but also not? It's like interesting, but not interesting. Like, what if you just didn't get executed after killing someone? What if it's like, ah, man, you got me. I'll try again another time. And you just gotta live with a bunch of killers now. Like, it's a little interesting, but the spectacle of each execution is what really, you know, drives people to the series. Like, actually, how the fuck did I find out about it? Well, I guess I found out about it because I just watched somebody stream it. I didn't see any like clips online, but I imagine the average person gets into Danganronpa because they see a clip of an execution and they go, what the hell show is this? The Ultimate Roofer. It's a real working man's talent. You know, that's a respectable a respectable job, but as far as like an ultimate talent, it seems a little mundane. But that's kind of funny. I don't give a fuck about a closing argument. I'm the GOAT. Get in there. Deflection here. Confrontation here. Lockpick here. Let me just start at the end. Glass ball. The big toss. The burnt piece. Lint roller. Or is this go here? I don't know. It could be either or, really. Knife drop. This? I think this is it.
Killer is you. I think I'd better take one more look back at the case from the beginning.
Okay, go off. Go off, Boomfy.
Last night, the killer went to the room Sayaka was in. In other words, my room. From what we can tell, Sayaka invited that person there intending to kill them.
Yeah, the execution's becoming memes. You know, I think it really has fallen off after the first iteration of it. I'm like, the first one, I'm like, wow, that's like a really crazy... I don't know, the first one kind of hit really, really hard for me, because I'm like, it's like relatable, and it's also like something that I'm more in tune with like than most people. So I'm like, whoa, this is like a crazy meme. But then the rest are kind of cheap imitations of the original, I feel. So they haven't really hit the same. But, you know, they're aight. But yeah, I think most people really only care about the executions, which is a little sad. So I think a Danganronpa game with no executions is like, who would even care?
She attacked them with the knife she'd taken from the kitchen earlier.
Yeah, shout out to the thick of it girl.
But then something happened that she wasn't prepared for. They grabbed the fake sword I put in my room and fought back. During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist.
I mean, she did drop the knife though. That's so bullshit. What are you talking about? Is it this then? Oh, I see. Because she already did drop the knife. Alright, I'm stupid for that. It is already shown here.
Here's exactly what happened. During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist.
Yeah, and then they AI generated a version of it with Big Mac.
And that's when she lost her grip on the kitchen.
They AI generated a male version of the thick of it execution video.
Finding herself cornered, Sayaka panicked and ran into the bathroom. The killer went after her, but couldn't get the bathroom door open. What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got stuck easily, and there was a trick to opening it. Sayaka knew about that because I told her, but of course the killer had no way of knowing.
You know what's funny to think about is that in this fight or flight moment, Sayaka remembered, oh yeah, I have to pull up on the door to open it. Like in the heat of the moment, she remembered that. That's crazy, you know? She might be the most mentally powerful one of them all.
So instead, the killer forced the door open, took the kitchen knife, and stabbed Sayaka. But with what strength she had remaining, Sayaka left a dying message. To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote it on the wall behind her.
I mean, I guess where else could you even write it anyway?
And with that, all her strength was gone. With Sayaka dead, the killer quickly began destroying the evidence. First, they took off their shirt, which was covered in their victim's blood. Then they took the lint roller in my room and cleaned up the entire area.
I think a low-key slept-on part of Danganronpa is these closing arguments. These closing arguments have so much swag to it, like drawn as manga panels and also like animated. Like in order to make a couple thumbnails, I decompiled the game files. So like I've seen some of like the ways that these things are split up, and it's really interesting to kind of think about how they went about piecing them all together in order to make them like animate and like come in and like all the effects. And it's like there was probably one guy whose whole job it was like just to make these manga panels, and it doesn't go unnoticed for sure. Like it's very much appreciated. I think it's really cool. It's got a lot of swag to it, really, is what I'm trying to say. It gets slept on.
They wanted to make sure they got rid of any trace they'd ever been there.
I mean, low-key, I don't blame them for thinking that the Makoto one is AI generated. Because, I mean, is AI AI trains off of, like, other people's shit. So, you know, it's hard to really know what's real and what's fake nowadays. So I don't blame them for not knowing, but it's also funny. Because, like, that's not a totally unreasonable conclusion to come to. But it's funny because I know the context behind it all. Trauma Team Forensics had those too, but not stylized.
Afterwards, the killer headed to the trash.
I gotta play Trauma Team. You were telling me about the hot characters in Trauma Team. That's all I need. That's all I need to know.
Especially sturdy gate, preventing access to the incinerator.
Yay!
So they came up with a plan to use Hero's crystal ball, which he left in the laundry room. The killer managed to throw the ball through the gap in the gate and hit the incinerator switch. For any normal person, that'd be an impossible throw, but the killer had the confidence to take a shot.
In my, you know, Danganronpa, what if everybody had no talent video, I was like, what if Leon just fucked up and missed the shot? You know, he had the confidence to take the shot, but like, what if he fucking missed? Then what? Admittedly, you know, I guess it's kind of like, what if they searched his room, but they didn't? I was like, maybe you'd just be better off hiding it in your room instead of trying to dispose of it like this and making more evidence. But I guess if there was an investigation, what if... It would make sense if they're like, okay, we're gonna check everybody's room to see if there's evidence in anybody's room. Like, that would be a pretty reasonable thing for them to do. And maybe they do it in this game, and it's just kind of unspoken because it's not interesting, and they don't expect people to go into 16 different rooms to see nothing of interest in any of them. So they're like, you know what, it's not interesting, but maybe it's implied. IDK. But that would be a smart thing for them to do in this situation. After all this, I still think it's Big Mac. I still think he did it.
Baseball star. The crystal ball, thrown with absolute precision, hit the switch on the incinerator, which then quickly roared to life. Having destroyed the final piece of evidence,
you got into Danganronpa because you liked forensics and trauma team.
But there was one thing they missed.
I feel like usually, I mean, I don't know about that franchise in specific, but
part of the shirt they
I feel like
throw
usually it
into
ends up
fire
being the other
burnt
way
away
around.
and fell out of the incinerator. The killer didn't notice this, and so left behind.
You guys
a
think you
piece
could
of
do this face in real
indisputable
life?
evidence.
Could you do that?
Isn't that right, Leon?
You know, I never watched Tokyo Ghoul. I do too bad with
The hero
blood.
simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room. You went there to try and wash the blood out of your shirt, and that's where you saw it, right? Seeing the ball, you thought of a way to take care of everything.
I didn't even remember that detail, that he went into the laundry room to wash his clothes in the first place. That was his original idea, and then he's like, wait, I got something even better. I didn't even remember that detail.
So, Leon, do you object to anything that's been said?
Do I object?
No, he's exactly right.
Of course
I mean,
do.
actually,
I
yes.
object.
He's so wrong.
All of this is just a bunch of stupid theories. You need evidence. Where's the evidence? Without evidence, it's all bullshit. It's bullshit, and I refuse to acknowledge it.
I wasn't sure if the waters were only turned off for the dorms or just for the whole school. It wouldn't be, you know, I imagine if they're going to shut them off for the dorms, it makes sense to just shut them off for the whole thing. For the whole building. You know, you might as well. Hi, Kaide. Kaide.
Well then, I guess this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it. Makoto, I believe you're in possession of that evidence.
No? What? Oh, is it let me see your toolkit? I have the evidence? Nah, bro, I'm good with the bullet time blade.
The screws from the doorknob. They didn't use anything from your room to do it. Instead, they must have used something that belonged to them.
Use something of their own to remove the screws? Could it have been...
I refuse to acknowledge
No.
you. You're stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid.
No, bro. I'm smart, smart, smart. Yeah, these guys really don't know anything. There's really only like 3 people that are doing anything in this case. You know what? I will say Celeste has done a lot of work this case.
Stupid, 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 stupid.
I have to show indisputable evidence that Leon is the killer. I need to figure it out. Fuck, I should have actually done the tutorial for this. I don't remember how to do the bullet time battle. I'll figure it out though.
Proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid. You lie. Stop talking. Shut up. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. Stupid. You lie. Shut up. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Where's your proof?
Toolkit.
This should prove
Get
it.
killed. Die. Idiot. Stupid. Cry about it. And drool and
The
produce
screws on
boogers.
the bathroom doorknob were removed.
Yeah, keen-eyed viewers might realize this is actually a Kahoot reference. They made a reference to my Kahoots.
I wonder what kind of tool the killer used to remove that.
What the hell is a hexagon?
I mean, it had
Or
to be
octagon.
a screwdriver, right?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the toolkits we got each had one inside.
And that must be what he used. There aren't any other tools anywhere.
But the toolkit in my room had clearly never been used.
Would it really be that obvious that Leon's had been used? Like, I kind of doubt it.
That's because the culprit didn't know it was your room. They thought they were in Sayaka's room.
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer naturally assumed there wouldn't be one in there.
Okay, then whose toolkit did the killer use?
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
It had to be their very own toolkit.
He's just over there geeking by himself. Everyone's just like everyone's just talking over him, and he's just being loud and trying to talk over everybody. Oh, are the toolkits sealed?
Stupid, 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 stupid!
Leon, would you mind showing us your toolkit? If I'm right about this, then the screwdriver will show some evidence of being used.
Stupid, stupid, stupid! Huh?
Wait, I'm owned?
And if you say you used it for something else, you'll have to explain exactly when, where, and why.
Barry coming out here like he did literally anything this case. He did literally fuck all Dick Bubkiss.
And let me say this right now.
He was actually just the bystander. I mean, much like most of them.
I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
Okay, Kylie. Damn.
Stupid.
Stupid. Stupid.
So, you have no rebuttal?
I should have just stayed at that last frame, that last CG just for a while, just for the fun of it.
Then it would seem
Just really let it
we
soak
are
in.
finished here.
I'm what? I'm huh? I'm where? Let's go. Give me all the Monokuma coins. 71, I'll take it. I'll take that.
Looks like you've reached your verdict. Then are we ready to cast our votes? You all have a lever in front of you. Use it to make your selection.
Oh, hell yeah. This is just like Clover Pit. I love pulling the lever.
Oh, just to remind you all, make triple sure you vote for someone. You wouldn't want to be punished for something so minor, right?
I mean, what's the worst that could happen if I don't vote?
Okay.
You wouldn't kill me for that, would you?
Get excited.
You know what? He's kind of killed people for less, TBH. He killed Junko just for stepping on him. Usually, I have to pay for that kind of treatment.
Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
I think Big Mac did it. It was in his room after all. What? Leon did it? What? How? Uh-oh. Looks like you got it right on the money. The blackened in this case, the one that killed Sarah, was none other than Leon Catcher. What? No, I didn't mean it. It was an accident. Leon. Leon, did you really do that? I don't believe it.
You son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch, what the hell is wrong with you?
I didn't have a choice.
It was kill or be killed.
So that's why
I killed her first.
none of you are any different.
One wrong step and you'd be the one standing here. It was complete chance that I wound up like this.
I was just unlucky. That's all.
Yeah, just, you know, bad luck, wrong place, wrong time. Sorry, bro.
Hey, come on!
You expect me to just accept my death? Everything's become clear. The decision we made was right after all. But when I think about that, honestly, I'd be better off if we'd been wrong. Because if what we came up with really is the truth, then that truth is that Sarah was trying to frame me. But even if that's true, I can't say she was wrong. After all, the mastermind. It's all because of that video. On YouTube.com. Even I couldn't handle what I saw in there. If I was her and the video actually had something to do with me, I can't even imagine.
Now we're trapped in here. With no way out. They're probably waiting for me. Why? I can't afford to be stuck in here.
The one thing that was more important to her than anything else, her dreams, her friends. To have to see something like that happen to them. And Sarah.
I did whatever it took to reach that dream. I mean it. Even some things that weren't so pleasant.
And that's why Sarah, for the friends that meant so much to her, that's why she betrayed me. So when she said,
No matter what happens, please always be there for me. I need you on my side.
I'm glad you like that stream. Back it up, Flipside Jeffrey. We know it's you. I didn't play the Flipside. You know, I played the first two Class of '09, and then Clover told me that Flipside was like low-key upsetting, and I'm like, you know what? I don't need to do that to myself. I can just have enjoyed what I saw of Class of '09, and then I just call it when it goes downhill. And I'll just always have good memories of it. She was lying to me from the very beginning. She was using me. Is that why she talked to me in the first place? I guess I'll never know. Because there's nothing I can do to ask her what she was thinking. Once you're dead, that's that. Clover said that there was like not a single good ending in the flip side. Like it's all just like bad endings. Yeah, Maddie went to sleep early. Like half an hour ago or so.
Boy, howdy, the entertainment industry must sure be terrifying, huh? I mean, to try and kill someone just because of those relationships. She seems so nice and lovely on the outside, but inside, she descended into pure madness.
What did you say?
I understand, really I do. Yep. You're in utter despair thanks to Sayaka's betrayal, right? Compassion, intimacy, love. The stronger those feelings, the stronger the despair when they collapse.
Stop screwing with us. This is all your fault, you big bully. Sarah being forced to do something like that. All of it. Everything. It's all your fault, you big meanie. Suddenly, in a frenzy, I lunged at Monokuma. But
That's enough.
as angry as I was, Kylie latched onto my arm without hesitation. Her grip was like iron, strong enough I was sure it would leave a bruise.
Calm down.
If you really want to make her enemies pay for what they've done, you need to let it go for now. Damn it!
Ah, that was a close one. I thought for sure you were gonna give me a good walloping. Just barely avoided punishment, you did.
Yes, indeed.
Now then, since you so magnificently revealed the identity of the killer during the class trial, the blackened Leon Catcher will receive his punishment.
Punishment?
You're gonna miss the punishment? Super Mario? No way. She is low-key rage baiting the Makoto. That's low-key her whole shtick, though. Her whole shtick is just rage baiting other people into being miserable and doing her dirty work.
You mean execution? Wait a second!
I didn't have a choice. I had to kill her, bro.
Yeah, that's it.
I was just protecting myself in the heat of the moment. It was self-defense. Come on. How exactly was it self-defense? When you forced your way into the bathroom, did you or did you not use your very own toolkit? After she'd shut herself in the bathroom, you went out of your way to head back to your own room. Then you came all the way back, broke into the bathroom, and killed her. Am I wrong? You know, it is interesting that he could have just turned away and not done it. But he was also it was two people being opportunistic, where Sayaka made the money moves in order to like try and commit murder, and then Leon was able to fight off that attack. But then he was like, wait, I'm in her room and there's no way that they would know that I was the one here. So like, if there was any opportunity to kill someone, this is literally the best time. So it's really interesting that they're both a bunch of dogs, you know? They both wanted it. They were both hungry for it. Leon just saw an opportunity and he took it. You know? Sayaka made the opportunity for herself, and then it ended up moving over to Leon. It's kind of interesting. I didn't really think about that.
Do you understand?
You had any number of chances to stop what you were doing, but you chose not to. Is it not because you had an unclouded intent to commit murder?
So, that's...
No, that's not...
Stop it. I've had enough of this.
Oh.
Oh, are you sure? You were closer to her than anyone, were you not? He killed your precious Sarah. Do you understand? I can't say Leon is solely to blame. Of course I don't plan on blaming Sarah either. Because the one to blame is him! So why? If it weren't for you, this never would have happened to Sarah or Leon. We shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be fighting against the one who put us in this situation. The mastermind! Uh-oh, did you awaken to your sense of justice?
Hey!
Well, it just so happens that there's nothing more unethical than an unwavering sense of justice. After all, it's people with that sort of mentality that perpetuate war all over the world. Is that the kind of justice that's awakened within you?
Just shut up, man!
Okay, well, anyway, more importantly, let's hurry up and get to what everyone's been waiting for. The punishment!
I'm begging you! Please, don't do this!
Hey!
No more begging, no more excuses. You must pay the penalty for breaking the rules. Society demands it.
Stop! Please!
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment!
For Leon Catcher, the ultimate baseballer. No. Wait. Stop. Don't kill me.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time. No!
Clock his ass, Monokuma.
Awkward. Why are you guys looking at me like that? Uh-oh. Guys, don't let him take me away. Oh my god, I'm so fucked. I'm so dead, man. Oh shit. What are you doing with that pitching machine?
Triple A Danganronpa voice acting.
Ouch. Oof. Owie. Ow. Youch. Wow. Stop it, man. Stop. That hurts. You're really hurting me. You're really killing the fuck out of me. Ow, my bones, my ribs, my internal organs. This is gonna hurt.
I really like that they're so close to it, and they show everybody's reaction to it. You're really killing the fuck out of me, says man who is being killed. Like, in a lot of other executions, they're so far away from the scene. You know, maybe they are still viewing it with their own eyes, but they're not, like, it's too dangerous for them to get, like, up close and personal. Or, like, a lot of them are being shown through, like, a screen. So, having them be so close and watching it really makes it so much more impactful for me. I feel like it's peak irony and it's peak, like... It's peak impact, you know? Okay, now you're relinquished, Super Mario. Now you can go to sleep. Good night. Thank you for hanging out. Thanks for letting me rope you in for like another extra 5 minutes. Yeah, Monokuma was like, damn. You know, I know I planned this, but even I admit this is pretty fucked up. Came back after an hour. He came back to peak. That was the true face of despair. I mean, if we can't call it that, what else could we call it? I don't know. Sakura and Kyoko seem relatively unbothered. And so does Barry. Barry also looks pretty unfazed. He's like, whatever, that's kind of lame. I've seen people get clubbed to death many times.
Extreme!
Woohoo! Extreme! Man, my adrenaline is pumping right out of control. Oh, what's going on? I can't take this. I can't take this anymore. Do we really have to keep doing this? I just can't take it. Well, hey, if you don't like it. All you gotta do is swear to cut all ties with the outside world and accept living here forever. But that's only if every single one of you can get on board with that. Boo-hoo-hoo.
He's always mewing. 24/7, Byakuya is just mewing.
Damn you!
Man, fuck you. Why the fuck are you doing all this evil shit to us?
What the heck?
Evil? You make it sound like I'm some dark, awful secret society type of guy.
Say what?
Or in this case, dark, awful secret society type of bear.
Well...
So why are you putting an upstanding young citizen like me through such a grueling ordeal?
Hey,
It seems like you're trying to use common sense to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. That's like trying to put a mile on a scale. I just don't think it's possible. Hey, I don't think what you're saying and what I'm saying quite fit together. You piece of shit, I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna pound your ass into the ground. Boo-hoo, you must really hate me to get so angry, huh? But if you do that, you're barking way up the wrong tree. What happened? What happened because more than one of you decided you wanted to get out, right? No matter how much time passes, you can't cut free of your regrets from the outside world. You're to blame. Of course we can't cut free of the outside world. Being trapped in this insane place. I have been summoned on occasion to do the Jeffrey voice. It's just something that I'm naturally in tune with. Because he was created based on me. I'm actually the source material for Jeffrey, class of 09. You're trapped, are you? Well, I'm sure once you learn all the mysteries of the school, your thinking will change for sure. The mysteries of the school? Finally, you're done with that dumb card game you've been playing. Yeah, this is the real meat and potatoes. You know, unfortunately, the Dugget. he hates when I call all of our IRL friends by our usernames. He hates it. You did miss like the most interesting part of the whole visual novel experience. You did miss the execution. If you're only just showing up here. We got to like the most peak interesting part. But we are actually almost done for today. Cuz I'll probably end it when we get out of the class trial and it chapter swaps. I might go to bed. I'm fucking tired. You'll think, boy, isn't it so wonderful how we all get to live here forever?
What does this mean?
What are you trying to say?
Hey.
I feel like there's some deeper meaning hidden in there. Just like before.
Kills! Chills! Kills!
Irony in that, I just don't feel like it.
Hey.
When you say everyone, who exactly are you referring to? Sorry, I said everything I've got to say. I need to save some of the fun for later. I didn't realize they foreshadowed that, like, this early. Honestly, that laugh is, like, it's such a perfect laugh. And just like that, he was gone. He left us there, overwhelmed by a nightmare turned reality. Yasuhiro's like, wait! You mean this isn't a prank? What the hell, bro? I thought this was like a joke. Even after he was gone, we stood there forever, unable to move. Actually, no, it wasn't that long, I think. Everyone just lost their sense of time. We were all too scared. Scared of being alone. You laugh like that? Like an insane person? Hi, Aster. You know what they say about 3 hours late? It's better than 4 hours late. No one even tried to speak. Their faces were stone. Their voice is dead, but it was in that moment.
Just a second.
Makoto, Big Mac, can I talk to you for a second? Sure. What do you want to talk about? Like, you like, do you like my hair? Like, maybe you think like I got like pretty eyes or something? Like what do you want to like talk about? She moved in close and whispered into my ear.
Makoto.
Before we head back, there's something I want to talk to you about. Mukuro Markiplier, the hidden 60 student. It's about Sarah, isn't it? She's like, yeah, it is. I'm surprised you figured it out.
Listen.
I told you before the class trial started. You had to figure out the mystery of this case yourself. You wanted me to realize how Sarah betrayed me by myself, didn't you? The thought never even crossed my mind. I feel like such a fool, becoming such an easy target like that.
It's true.
Sarah meant to double-cross you. That's a fact that you can never change. But even till the very end, she wasn't sure of her decision. That's why. As she lay dying, she was thinking of you. She was thinking of me? You can't just say something like that. I mean, there's no way you can know that. Only Sarah would know for sure, and we can't ask her now.
However...
Even if you can't ask her, you can infer it, don't you think? Her final thought was how she could protect you. What?
So...
The fact that she used her last ounce of energy to leave her dying message proves it. If she didn't care what happened to you, she never would have left that message. Well, maybe she just wanted to get back at the person who had killed her.
Certainly.
That's certainly one possibility. But I don't think that's what it was.
Anyway...
She was uncertain. She wasn't sure she could kill someone or deceive you, which is why her plan failed. Her hesitation attracted failure.
Right.
It's almost ironic when you think about it. Why are you telling me all this? Because you're the kind of person who can overcome this. Because you can move past the deaths of your friends, Sarah and Leon, and keep moving forward. Well, I wouldn't say that I was friends with Leon. I like never talked to that man, so I don't give a fuck about Leon. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I didn't give a fuck about that guy. Also, my heater is being loud. I'm sorry if it's really loud. We're almost out of here.
Correct.
Without someone like that, the others would never be able to break free of such a desperate situation. Move past their deaths? I could never do that. Yeah, it's only been like 2 days. I don't really care about Leon like that. She's Phoenix Wright. That's why she makes me solve the case so that I can deal with my emotions. The heater is like on its last legs. It's like gonna explode. We have to replace it at some point. No, I'm gonna carry them with me the rest of my life. How could I possibly move past something like that? Leon, Sarah, I'll carry them with me forever. I'll carry their memories with me wherever I go. So instead of forgetting them, you're choosing the hard road. Well, I have high expectations for you. As she said that, she revealed the smallest smile.
Hey.
And then immediately frowned. By the way, I have to admit, I'm curious. How did you know I wanted to talk to you about Sayaka? 'Cause I'm psychic. Oh, well, I'm psychic.
What?
What? Kidding. I just have pretty good intuition. End scene. They did what all over the screen, Fanta? What'd they do? You received the Despair Bat present. Yeah, I'm gonna save.
Nice. Yeah, it's a eepy kind of day. That's all for chapter 1. You know, I thought it would have taken us longer. But really, them voicing everything probably does go a long way. Because I feel like I'm usually spending so much time reading everything out and then yapping about it afterwards. What I really want to do though is hit up the mono machine and get hella gifts. And then shower Kyoko Kirigiri in gifts. Take my heater. That's just gonna explode. You can take it and then it'll explode and then that's on you. That's you run the risk of it explodes. So, if you think it's worth it, be my guest. But yeah, that's it. Chapter 1 complete. We'll be beginning chapter 2 next Thursday. I am excited. You have a question for Saturday? Go ahead. What would you like to know? I just remembered. How many Makoto clones did I put in? Secret. I will not elaborate on who's in the beta Kahoot. You're just gonna go off of vibes, and I respect that. You gotta go off of vibes and like metagaming. You'd be like, huh, this character looks like Nagito, so that must be a red herring, so it must be somebody else, because he wouldn't just put a character that looks like Nagito and then it just is Nagito. Like that would be too obvious. I guess what I will say is I did intentionally put some questions that are easier and some that are harder. I wonder if Team Hope is gonna be stacked, or if Team Despair is like, so if let's say there's 30 people on Team Despair, or let's say there's 30 people on Team Hope and 20 people on Team Despair. Like, I wonder if just the sheer number of people is enough to overpower Despair, even if Despair gets more questions right. Like, I wonder how it scales. Like, does it just give an average score of everyone on the team? Like, does it average out? I don't know. IDK. Despair will strike again. I believe in you guys. But it's you know, who knows? Maybe Team Hope will do some recruiting, you know? You got to win people over for your side. The beginning of the stream is going to be like politics. Which side do you want to support? Damn, this Kahoot shit gets serious. Ranking every Danganronpa beta sprite. Human Monokuma. F tier. You are right. It is not for beginners. I always make that shit hard as hell. No. Everybody in Kahoot is a character that's made it in the game. I mean, some characters might be a pretty significant departure from what we actually see. So it might even resemble, like, it might not even resemble the character. But there's not going to be, like, Kenshiro or, like, Makoto's mom or anything like that. The character Sinner is not in there? Who the hell's that? Who's that guy? Oh, Teal Duck, you're just in time. We're about to start the game. Oh, we're about to start. Don't worry that it says Chapter 1 end. We're about to start the class trial of Chapter 1. You came in at the right time. Yeah, we're talking about Kahoot on Sunday. Which is 2 days... Oh, wait. 2 days from now. Or I guess like 3 days technically. Because 24 hours it'd be Friday. Another 24 hours it'd be Saturday. So I guess it would be 3 days. But yeah, I wonder if the score is calculated just based on how many, like, you know, if one person gets it right really fast, then that's plus 900 points. So if it's if it just tracks the quantity of answers, or if it like averages them together based on what percentage of team members got the question right. I wonder. You know, I wouldn't count on me still being here in 20 minutes, but it's pretty likely. I'll probably be yapping for a bit. Yeah, working for like a week straight is kind of fucked. Is it like full 8-hour shifts? Because they better be paying you like overtime or something. I really feel that like we don't need a 5-day work week. Like, I don't think there's enough problems in the world that constitute a 5-day work week. Like, everyone should be paid more to do less. I feel like the state of the world isn't so bad that it constitutes so much work. Like, it's all kind of like, so many jobs are like nothing burger jobs. They don't actually like affect anybody's like day-to-day life. It's just jobs that affect other jobs. It's just jobs that exist because other jobs exist, and it's like, it's just kind of dumb. like we need another Ford to come in and set the standard for like a even shorter work week. I feel like depending on, you know, actually now that I think about it, I don't know if I ever saw any Danganronpa merch at the at what the hell, what did I go to? It wasn't Anime Expo. I won't say what con it is because it's a little too close. But the con that I went to twice, I don't think I ever saw Danganronpa merch, but I also didn't look that hard. I ended up just buying VTuber merch because, of course, I would. And there's work that needs to be done, but no one wants to hire for it. That's true. You know what's fucked is like all these companies that are like we're hiring, and then they don't actually hire anyone. And it's like, why are you lying? Toho for some reason is like, I feel like it's bigger in Japan than it is here, but Toho's like so popular. It's probably all gonna be like VTubers and like Hoyo. Like Zenless, Genshin. It's probably gonna be hella Genshin, hella Zenless Zone Zero, hella gacha games in the artist alley. Yeah, it might get like a new like renaissance of Danganronpa after the game comes out. But maybe people will start bringing stuff out now that it's like on the horizon. What does MXTX stand for? What that? I'm like makes tricks. The Matrix. Yeah, Marsum Extreme, Texas. The BL books. Hell yeah. I mean, that's pretty sick. I feel like at the con that I went to, I was surprised at how few Danganronpa cosplayers there were. The Danganronpa cosplays that I've seen are Soda, Ibuki, Chiaki, Junko, Monokuma. I think that's it. You know, I feel like there was a Danganronpa panel at the at the thing that I went to. But the first time I went to this anime con, I went with like my friends that didn't really interface with anime at all. So I'm like, fuck, I'm so cringe right now. I don't want to like drag them around and do cringe stuff. And the second time I was there with my friends that did actually know anime. So I think we kind of just like we kind of buddy systemed and we split up 2 and 2. But I never went to the Danganronpa panel. Cause I don't know, I already feel like a bother enough to just come up and ask people for pictures. Find cool stuff, get at least one Miku figure. Hell yeah. I love Hatsune Miku. You were in Trigger Happy Havoc? Were you Hifumi Yamato? Managed to lose me leg. Trying to think. Who loses a leg? And Miam. Junko Enoshima? Is that you? Yeah, I also hated asking people for pictures, but I'm like, I really shouldn't because I'm sure it makes their day. They're like, this person fucked with me so much that they wanted to get a picture with me. That's dope. And it is dope. So I don't think you should feel bad about asking, but it's understandable because I am the same way. But when I would like basically like I would cosplay some like to try and like lubricate that situation and make it less weird because it's like, yeah, I just, you know, I like this crossover of characters. I think it's cool. So like, you know, it's a little bit more mutually beneficial and cool, I feel like. The Bleach character that can turn Ice Dragon? I never got that far in Bleach. I didn't get very far in Bleach. I barely know about the Quincy's. But there's that guy. He's like kind of gloomy looking and he's like older. And I think he has like blonde hair. He's like a mentor type of figure, but he's like kind of unreliable. Whoever that guy is, I fucked with that guy heavily. I kind of like the bozo characters. I'm gonna be honest, and I hate to do this, but I'm just doing this off of vibes. You haven't really done anything wrong, but I'm just gonna do this off of vibes. I'm sorry. You don't deserve this, but I'm just not feeling the vibes. I'm sorry, help. I'm being a cruel dictator, but it is what it is. It's only for 24 hours. You can come back tomorrow. Yeah, I've even heard that like is it like a remake of Bleach that they did recently? I haven't heard that that was good. Whether it's a continuation or a remake, I heard good things about it. I liked Bleach. Bleach was really cool to watch. Like the little bits that I watched. I was watching with someone and then I don't talk to that person anymore, so then I stopped watching it. But it was cool because it kind of felt like, oh, this is where some of these tropes kind of, whether they started there or they were popularized there, it was just kind of cool to see it because it felt really like campy. It was really fun. I remember very little, but I just remember the vibes of it being, it was a little campy, it was a little corny, but I'm like, is it campy because everyone copied Bleach, or is it like meant to be campy? And I think it's because everybody probably copied Bleach. They're like, oh, I like the way that they're doing, like, oh, this is like one of like the first ones that really popularized, like, you know, whatever, like the sweat drop down like the forehead and whatever, like that's where I feel like it was really popularized. Probably. That's my assumption, at least. I thought that was cool just because it was almost like, you know, starting from the beginning and seeing sort of like anime history, really. Because I never really got into like the big three. Also, yeah, so that guy didn't really do anything wrong. They were just being silly, but I just wasn't feeling the vibes. So they can come back tomorrow. We could restart tomorrow when I'm less tired and have more energy. Right now I'm just kind of chilling until I go to bed, which will probably happen in a couple minutes. I'll call it at 10:25. I gotta set a time. That's my time. We have 5 minutes. I'll give myself 5 minutes. Because if I don't set a hard deadline, we could be here forever. We should stay forever. You're right. Yeah. Why don't I just turn this into like a subathon? Yeah, the plan is to do a second Kahoot for Rev. I don't know if Casey, or not Casey, sorry. I don't remember if Lori's gonna be back by Tuesday. I don't think so. I think she said she's gonna be gone until the 18th. $10:25. That's the exact time I head out to quiz prep for tomorrow. I'm looking forward to beta designs. I hope I didn't make it too hard. I feel bad because like sometimes, you know, I don't want to make it too easy. Like I gotta make it challenging, but then I feel like some people have a bad time because they're like, you know, I make it so that like someone like Lalo, who like I consider them like an expert. I still want them to feel, you know, challenged and not like it's a cakewalk. But I think I really should try and tone it down so that everybody can have fun. Because I think I kind of lead them on the hard side, and I have high expectations, but I think, you know, if I was not the one making the questions, I probably wouldn't get like all of them right. Like it's probably too hard. Like even people who are like experts on Danganronpa, it's probably still even hard for them, which like is cool that they can still have a little challenge. But sometimes I feel like it's unreasonably hard for people that are just kind of more casual about it. And I don't want people to feel frustrated like they're not good enough. You know, I kind of tend to err on the side of like making the guess the Danganronpa character shorts easier. I mean, they kind of vary in difficulty. but I do try and make them accessible. Like, at least by the end. I'm trying to think. I think I know one character who had a design swap. I can't think of the other two. But I know one almost for certain. Sato from DR3 is a solid consideration. I put one in a Kahoot. Okay, I think I remember that. Santa might come back. He might. I started writing out this message to the person whose format I stole for Guess the Danganronpa character. I was like, should I, like, I think it'd be cool to have him do the voiceover, but I'm like, would that be like really weird and jarring to have a completely different voice for April Fools? The thing is, there's so many ways to like mess around with Guess the Danganronpa character. I feel like I could make infinite April Fools versions, but I don't want to like post like 3 on April Fools. I just gotta pick a one. And I'm like, should I think it'd just be a cool way of acknowledging, hey, like, this is my... These shorts only exist because I took this format from this guy. So I think it's a cool way to be very transparent about that. You know, I am very transparent about it in general. But I think it'd be a cool way to, you know, let him be a little bit involved, even though he probably doesn't know shit about Danganronpa. He's a COD Zombies YouTuber. Start at the final hit and end at the first hit. It gets progressively harder. It is 10:25. This is true. We can yap a little bit more on Sunday. Hopefully I'm not hungover. I have to go. I'm going to a bar with my friends on Friday. Or wait, it's Friday. No, I'm good. Cause Kahoot's on Sunday. We're good. Fangs for streaming, well, thanks for being here. Hopefully you guys had fun. I had a good time. It was a chill little stream. I enjoyed it. Thank you. I'll try to not go overboard on Friday, which is tomorrow. Uh-oh. I gotta get a haircut. My hair is getting long. That's my plan for tomorrow. But yeah, thank you guys for being here. Hopefully I'll see you guys on Sunday for Guess the Danganronpa character beta designs edition. For being here on the stream, you get that heads up. These are the perks you get for watching the stream. But yeah, I'll see you guys on Sunday. Depending whatever time of day it is, I hope the rest of it is good and enjoyable. And I'll see you guys again soon. Bye bye. See ya.